Hello, I made it. Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining me from in the world. Thank you for coming to hang out this Friday. The Chinese New Year avalanche continues, but this time we had some third-party companies make some noise, which you guys know always makes me excited. We had some surprise announcements from SooSooToys. There are long-teased animated X-Men line, so we'll talk about that. Mars Toys surprised us with a few little teasers as well this week. And of course, InArt, finally, we saw it in Wonderfest, I want to say 2023. Dumbledore finally is up for pre-order, so we're going to talk about that. And I was able to dig up a picture of what that prototype originally looked like. So we'll do a little bit of comparison to see how that product has evolved over that time. So a bit of a quieter week from Hot Toys, but you know what? I feel like we'll forgive them. 9 announcements and releases last week. It was a lot. It was a lot. So you know what? If Howie Claus wants to chill out a bit this week, I think we should let him do that. But as I say, I'm excited to have so much third-party newsy news. I feel like it's been a while since that's happened. So we'll talk about that. For release. Goodness, have you still got me? Hope you still got me. We'll see what's slated for release. Jurgen Schultz did some updates that I saw just before the stream, so I will go through that, and we'll also talk a little bit about pre and post Chinese New Year and maybe what we could expect from Hot Toys. So let's see who is in the chat with me this Friday. Hopefully you guys still have me. My video went like dark for a few seconds, so hopefully everything's connected and okay, and if not, lol, I'm sorry. So Toy Collector says, happy Friday, everyone, have a great stream. We'll watch the replay later today. Well, I hope you enjoy it when you watch it. We got channel member Valkyrie Magnus, good morning, Helen and friends, happy Friday to you. We've got Mike, hey everybody. So clearly upper management heard me by scheduling my entire morning with meetings, so I won't be able to watch live. I'll definitely check out the replay. But have a great stream and week, Helen. He's hoping I can catch you next week. Well, he's hoping, Mike. I hope your schedule gets a little bit better on a Friday at least. Just block out your calendar. That's what Helen does. I don't want any meeting. I block out my time. I'm just like, I put work tasks, but I block out my calendars. Then I'm just like unavailable. Don't call me, don't anything. But that's just how I roll. Uncarded Reviews is here. Let's go. Well, let's go to you, sir. Bobby D, happy Magical Friday, everyone. I mean, Bobby, I know it's magical for Dumbledore, but I see InArt's doing 2 streams, and I'm wondering if there might be, will there be some magic in one of these InArt streams? Who can predict?
So, whoa.
Let's hope that doesn't happen to poor Dumbledore, because he's a senior. You don't bounce back that well when you're old. Uncarded Review says J&D Studios Jinx head sculpt fallout is like watching a train wreck in slow motion while dropping acid. Oh God, okay, it's glorious. Well, I mean, I don't understand why, because everything J&D does is perfect. So why would anybody have any criticism of anything J&D's ever done? Just because you've brought up J&D, I wasn't going to talk about them, but I just quickly want to say, has anybody else seen J&D's been very active on Instagram, sharing collectors' photos of the Bruce Wayne with the armory. And my goodness, some of them are not flattering in any way, shape, or form. I'm looking at some of these photos going, why would you share them? It looks like a potato in some of those photos. Honestly, I feel like it's what Bob was telling us about, that with the silicone, like it's really important to have that underlying skeleton structure, and I feel like that Bruce Wayne sculpt really lacks a lot of detail. So if you got him, I hope you love him, but if you didn't, I don't know that you missed out on much, to be honest. Anthony Stanfield is here. Hi, Helen and chat. Hello to you, Anthony. We've got King Dingaling. Hello to you. Miss Batwoman, another channel member. Happy Friday, Helen, Shuri, and everyone. Look, Helen and everybody is here. Shuri is an enigma wrapped in a riddle. Will she appear? Won't she appear? I don't know. I've like cleared my desk, so she's got like a nice walkway if she wanted to walk past and show her magnificent tail. But I don't know. I can't predict what my kiddo will or won't do. She's just a quirky girl. AC Toy Man, what is up? Not much. What is up with you? We've got JB. Afternoon to you, sir. We've got Raymond. Hi, Helen. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Raymond. Anthony Stell says you might be up all night, Helen. Jazz Inc. have a stream in 4 hours, apparently showing Wonder Woman, Catwoman, and kid updates. Now, Helen's going to go to bed once she streams. I'm going to bed. I'm not staying up to watch any stream. I'm going to finish this stream and I'm going to bed because it's been a long day. It's 10 o'clock at night. I've been up since, I don't know, like 6 a.m. Friday's a long day. So funny, Hot Toys can produce better head sculpts than the premium J&D third scale of Jinx. Well, I mean, depends who you ask. Depends who you ask. According to some people, Hot Toys has never done a good sculpt. So Bob says, I think J&D is ultra realistic. If someone was really a billionaire playboy, his face would be full of collagen filler and Botox. So they're just ahead of the curve. I mean, maybe if like in 30 years time, they get Christian Bale to do a prequel and they've got to do a lot of quick, low-cost CGI work to make him look young. Maybe that's what it would look like. I don't know. Some of those pictures, I just, as I said, I don't know. Maybe it's me and maybe this is a hot take. I don't know that I've really loved an official Christian Bale head sculpt since the DX19 head sculpt. And I have 1, 2, you can't see it, 3, and another one loose 4. Someone wants to make a good one, you can have my money. You can have my money. So a lot of newsy news. Let's dive into the newsy news. But thank you everyone for being here with me today. I want to shout out my channel members, as I always like to do. So these are my paid channel members. So we've got The Broke Collector, AJ Agrusa, Pop Culture Living Room, Kevin LaFranc, Aaron Brovuin, Tiamana Mike. Oh, God, I can't even enunciate my words. We're in trouble, kids. Keith Lee, Valkyrie Magnus, Miss Batwoman, Bob Dylan, Blue Tattoo, and Winman42 who joined last week. So thank you guys for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Would it be my stream if I didn't warn you not to buy from William Wang / One Man's Hobby? No, it would not. Not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to do a little long spiel about it. But I am planning on my closest stream to 11th of May. Maybe we'll do a 1-year disappearance extravaganza. We'll go back in time. We'll relive the highlights. We'll do a Tim Tam Slam. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do that. We can recap it for all the people who are not aware. Raymond says, AI can make Christian Bale a new body and transfer his mind. I hope I'm long gone before that can happen. For Bale, you got to go customs, Bobby. I want custom lifestyle on a third-party budget. No, I'm joking. I did see your little photos, not little photos. I saw your photos with your Dark Knight collection, and I was very much admiring not just your Ninja Bruce sculpt, but the sculpt you have on the Power Pose Bruce Wayne. I almost asked you, but then I was like, I don't want to know. I don't. I feel like my next custom head sculpt will probably need to be a ballerina. So maybe I'll save my pennies for the Eve Macaro head sculpt I think I'm going to have to replace. I'm going to apologize. My camera is like on a funny angle that I'm not happy with. And that's part of the reason why I was late, because I couldn't get it to a point where I'm happy. But you probably don't even care. I don't know. Let me move on. Dreams and Visions is here to share another bat with me. What a treat. Hello. Hello, whoever you are. Happy bat to you. Mars Toys. Mars Toys. I feel like, could 2026 be a bit of a battle between Mars Toys and SooSooToys to see who can claim the title of third-party darling? Because I feel like it was with SooSoo for the longest time. And I know Mars is not a prolific releaser of figures, but we have to admit, I think a lot of the figures they've released have been very strong, particularly since they went away from being naughty and doing recasts. I think I've talked about it a lot. My Bruce and Alfred and my Riddler and Two-Face, I think they're just beautiful figures. And they posted this in their group because their Wonka figure finally out. I'm sure a lot of people are excited about that. I think that's been a long time coming. But they posted this picture of head sculpts that they're working on, and it got me very excited. Got some Jack Nicholson Joker. We've got Bob the Goon. Up the back, behind all the sculpts on the right in the little plastic bag, I feel like that's the Val Kilmer Bruce Wayne head sculpt they showed us. I think they showed it to us when Val passed. I would totally be down for them to do a Val Kilmer Bruce Wayne. I think a lot of people would be interested in that. We've got some Penguin from the 66 line. There's some nice teasers in here, but those Jack head sculpts, I don't know what they're planning. I know they did say a Jack Napier figure was in the works, which I feel like I'm just in for anything 89 to 97. But also, they showed us this 89 Harvey Dent, which was a surprise. I don't think they've talked about that much at all. And they did make the comment that this is expected to release in Q1 or Q2. They didn't say year, which was everyone's thing, which year, ha ha ha. But, I mean, they came with the receipts. They came with the receipts. Like, some of these things are, like, in production. And I do wonder if they're going to do this new approach, which SooSoo's also doing, of smaller batches, no big announcement window. And they did that with the 66 Alfred. They didn't really go up for PO. It was like, it's here. There's this many. Have at it. I kind of wonder if that's the flavor that some of these third-party companies are going for now. To me, it looks like, as I said, they've got a whole bunch of Harvey Dent ready to go. I think this looks nice. I know it's dude in a suit. But as I said, I'm all for this. I think if I can build out more of the 89 and 92 part of my 89 to 97 line, I'll be really happy, because the Schumacher films, which are definitely not my favorite, they're eating well. They're getting quite a few figures. So I think if we can see a bit more coming from that 89 to 92 side of things, that would be great. I remember Mars Toys showed us a Max Shrek head sculpt at some stage. So I'm all forward. Bring it on. I'm really excited to see this. But let me know, these head sculpts, is there something that interests you? Is there something you're excited by? I want to know. Share your thoughts. Yes, Joao did surprise us with the review, and I think he's got a code for Dumbledore if you're buying from 16 Kit. So there you go. I'm excited by Mars Toys Revelations Me 3. Paul's here. Hello, everybody. Hello to you, Paul. I hope you're doing well. Miss Batwoman, I want Mars Toys to make a 66 Batgirl. I keep asking. I keep hoping. I mean, I hope for you too. I think that 66 line is pretty popular. I don't know if Jazz Inc. has talked about doing Batgirl. I know they're doing the Julie Newmar Catwoman. I also want an Alicia Silverstone Batgirl. Do I think that's ever happening? No. I think you've got much more chance of getting your 66 Batgirl over me getting my Alicia Silverstone one, but fingers crossed for that. We've got Anthony Stanfield's also down for a 66 Batgirl. Colt 45 Lando. What? Calrissian custom coming. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. But yeah, Harvey Dent. He's looking pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. Austin's got his replacement Batman Returns figure, and he's very happy with it, which is amazing. I'm happy to hear that. So as I said, Mars Toys, I'm a little bit excited about what they're showing us, but do let me know whether you're watching in the replay or in the chat. when we look back at these head sculpts, what are you interested in? What are you excited by? These are some, I never thought someone would do Bob the Goon. I never thought someone would do a Kilmer Bruce Wayne. But, you know, let's hope these are things that are all coming in our future. And again, receipts. We love receipts. Look at all these beautiful Harvey Dent head sculpts. What a treat. SooSooToys. I feel like SooSooToys, we've been on a journey. Oh, hang on. Something's caught my eye. Raymond says, Jazz Inc. has the 3D fast release of Silverstone Batgirl costume already. So it's a matter of time. I mean, I hope so. Also wouldn't count out Hot Toys as we never expected Batman and Robin figures of Mr. Freeze. Okay. Quick story time with Helen, because we're trying to keep this to a 2-hour stream. I would love someone to do at least Silverstone Batgirl. I know Yost has said that given the low pre-order numbers for Penguin, he's thinking Vicky Vale and Poison Ivy are not going to get the numbers. To that I say, I think they will. But to that I also say, back the build. Do it as back the build. Seriously. Those Batman and Robin figures, I'm seeing people have them in hand and post photos, and they look incredible. They look so good. I'm like looking at these photos going, I don't think I'm going to get mine probably till April or May. So I'm big FOMO. I can't wait to get them. Mr. Freeze, I saw at Secret Base, looks amazing. I really hope we get Ivy and Batgirl. I really hope. So, I mean, Hot Toys, I mean, what are they going to do? Who knows? When they dropped Mr. Freeze, I was so convinced that they would then do Ivy, but they haven't. But I just think, given how good George and Chris look, I can't think there isn't enough people, 500 to 1,000 people minimum, that would want the Batgirl figure. I know Jazz Inc. said sort of 500 is the minimum they'd want to do. If they did that as back the build, I can't think they're not getting the numbers they need to make that figure. Hi, Helen. Great to see you. What's the next figure coming your way? Any interest in the Chocolate Man? Just saw Bretta's review. Hello, Tiny Art Guy. How are you? Next figure coming my way is probably a ways away, unless this company, SooSooToys, wants to release one of the 4 figures I've been waiting years for. I think it's going to be Batman Returns, but that's not likely to get to me, I think, until March at the earliest. So I'm still like a month and a bit away, because the Australian distributor has an estimated arrival date of the 31st of March. But yeah, as I say, unless SooSoo brings out one of, I've got the Deathstroke, I've got the Supergirl, I've got the Reverse Flash, and one of their Flash figures on pre-order. So unless they drop one of those, which I'm thinking is not going to happen pre-Chinese New Year, I don't think anything's coming for old Helen, which is a bit of a shame. JB says, I'll go back to those photos quickly. Interested in 66 Penguin, Jack Napier, and Bob the Goon. Wonderful toys. They do wonderful toys. They really do. Dr. Nose here. G'day, Shuri, Helen, fellow collectors. Hit the like button. I mean, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Little Shuri would appreciate it. I've got 28 people with me. I hope I have 28 likes. That would be amazing. Please and thank you. Wonder what Jazzic is thinking about Mars Toys reveals illegal toys. The illegal figures. Don't forget the illegal figures. Oh, the illegal figures. It always makes me laugh. Austin would like an 89 or 92 Commissioner Gordon figure. Fair enough. S-Beam is here. Hi, Helen. Hello to you, S-Beam. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday to you, sir. Happy Friday to you. Lovely to see you in the chat. I saw Luminara on another stream, and I'm guessing that means she can't wait to get the Storm figure. I 125%, when I saw that Storm figure, I thought of Luminara. No word of a lie. I thought of Lumi, and I was like, I hope this is something that makes her happy. I hope she's not waiting as long for this as she was for that Blade figure. So this week, SooSooToys surprised us by showing us these 3 figures from the X-Men line. And as I said earlier, I feel like it was a while ago now, they put that picture with sort of animated silhouettes of different X-Men characters and made it seem like they were going to go quite deep into this line. And then we didn't really get a lot from them for a while. So today, they surprised us this week with 3 announcements, all within quite quick succession. And these are slated as in the March to May release window. So that's a pretty quick turnaround. And as I was saying with Mars Toys, it's quite interesting because I feel like this is a bit of a new approach that third-party companies are taking. Because if you remember back to last year, SooSooToys did put this post out on Instagram where they were apologizing for the delays in their production, as they have many, many times. But they said, to improve your future experience, we'll focus on offering more ready-to-ship products with shorter production cycles. And that's what they're looking to do. And as I said, interesting that Mars Toys has also gone that way. And I can kind of understand it because I know some of these third-party companies have official businesses and lines, and this can be a bit of a side hustle. So I can understand things may not come out as quickly as people like. And I think maybe this surprise and delight approach is not a bad way to do it, where you're pre-ordering and in a couple of months, or hopefully in a couple of months, you're going to get the figure. So we'll take a quick look at each of these, shall we? So the Creed, Sabretooth, I'll be honest with you, and I'm keen to hear your thoughts. For me, this felt like the weakest of the 3. It's why I'm kind of starting with it. I don't know. There's just something, I feel like, I don't know whether it's the outfit. There's something about it that just feels a bit basic and a bit not interesting to me. And I mean, that suit is looking pretty baggy, which I think, great, it's got room for you to pose it. But then how is it going to look when it's not posed? I think these superhero suits, they tend to be a bit more form-fitting. So I'm keen to hear what you think about Sabretooth. Am I being a little bit too harsh? For me, of the 3, this is one that, as I said, I think if I was ranking them 1, 2, 3, this is third. It's probably the thing that has the least interest to me. But this is what you're getting. And it's interesting. All 3 of them are pretty simple releases as far as like accessories. You're not getting second head sculpts. You're not getting very elaborate things with it. And maybe that's part of what's helping streamline the process for SooSooToys, like really cutting down, not having multiple head sculpts, not having big arrays of accessories. But also, I'm keen to know, is there something else that you think this should have come with? Because we can see just got some hands and a base, really. There's not really much else to it. Actually, no, this does have 2 head sculpts. I lie. So we've got the open mouth sculpt, and then we've got the closed mouth sculpt, and the pretty standard SooSooToys base. So at least you're getting a swap-out head sculpt. I didn't notice that, so apologies. But do let me know what you think. Am I being too harsh? Is someone sitting here going, no, this is cool and it's totally comic accurate? I'd be keen to know, because as I said, if I was looking at the 3 of them, this is the one that I probably hold the least bit of interest in. Raymond says, X23 is nice. Would be so cool if the Hot Toys X23 Laura head sculpt will fit on it. Would look a lot better next to the yellow suit Wolverine. I mean, interesting you say that, because I have wondered if that is coming in the movies. Will we eventually get Daphne Kane in a Wolverine suit? I think that would be cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, Bobby D, I'm looking at you. Is that something that you're entertaining doing? Because if anybody's going to pull it off, it's absolutely going to be Bob. Windman's here. Friday greetings to everyone. I think everyone thought of Lumi when the Storm was shown. I'll have to get Storm and X23. I wasn't a fan of X23 in regular clothing. Match her with the Hono Wolverine. Oh, there's an idea. I have to be honest. I don't have any X-Men in my collection, but you'll know I love a Shiro. I was tempted. I'm not going to lie. So Austin is asking if I'm going to create a civilian Bruce Wayne with my Keaton sculpt when I get my Batman Returns figure. No idea. I haven't got it yet, so I don't know. I've got my Mars Toys Mr. W. I kind of feel like I want to put the returns figure with the ripped cow look. So I don't think so, but I've got the Mr. W. That's sufficient for me. Bobby Dillon. Bob Dylan, we say it, nicest guy in collecting, has gifted 20 6-scale Shiro memberships. Bobby, applause for you, sir. You are incredibly kind. Winman, that was not your kettle or bacon cooking, just so you know. Bob, appreciate you. You were literally bankrolling this channel. So thank you very much. Very kind. And congratulations to whoever got gifted a 6-scale Shiro membership. You can now watch my members' videos of cute little Shuri. What a treat. Apparently the Creed has been on a diet since he last wore the costume. It looks baggy. And I was like, I don't think of him like that. Like, I think of him as being this big, jacked kind of dude. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I just don't love it. I don't love it. Tremble Dust is here. Hey, people. Hey, Tremble Dust, how are you? Ace says it looks off because his torso is not jacked. Maybe it is a proportions thing. But also, look at how baggy the suit is around his waist and his legs. Like, I can't think that is right. I don't know. I'm in agreement that of the 3 announced X-Men figures, Sabretooth is third, suit is too baggy, sculpt is cool. Okay, interesting. You like the sculpt. I don't know. I feel like, and maybe it's accurate, the hair and the beard seem to lack a bit of, the paint feels flat. It feels very one color flat to me. And I don't know if that's just me or what it is, but not feeling this one as much as the other two. Mike says, my meeting ended early and I have a 30-minute gap for the next one. This Sabretooth isn't bad, but yeah, I would have preferred it to look more like the video game version. Head sculpt is just okay. Yeah, I feel like, okay. But I don't feel like we're in a world where we want okay. I think we're in a world where we expect a bit more than okay nowadays. Earth 616 Collector 9, hello to you. The suit definitely needs to be filled out more with muscle definition. I still haven't ordered this one yet. Still debating. I did order Storm and X23 already. Well, I mean, this is the interesting thing. Can I just call you Earth 616? I always question, like, how limited is it? Because you can say it's $2.99. Is it $2.99 for Australia, $2.99 for Asia, $2.99 for the US? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I think it's that limited. Oh, my God, there's so many comments I have to catch up with. Rooster is here. Hey, Shiro, watch out for the Deluxe 2.0 Batman. Yes, I've had many warnings. I'm hoping it will be okay. Also, because Australia, I'm getting mine through Pop Culture, and we get later batch figures. So I'm hoping, wishfully, that any suit issues have been rectified by the time I get it. But thank you. I have had many people giving me that heads up. The Bright Collector is here. My foundation member. How are you, sir? Driving to Georgia for work. Just stopped at a rest stop. Thought I would check in. Just going to listen to the show and enjoy the drive. Well, thank you for listening. I wonder whereabouts in Georgia. I went to Atlanta once. Oh, my God. I can't not do story time with Helen. Because I was saying to cousin Anthony that I was feeling tired. And he's like, don't do snack time and story time. But I feel I have to. I went to Atlanta. And Atlanta, what a place. Their marketing slogan is, they're the New York of the South. No, you're not. But I hope you have a fun time in Georgia. I'll just slander everywhere I've been. Bob fathering the chat. It's all Bobby knows how to do. We've got people thanking Bob because he's the nicest guy in collecting. I took a vote. I took a survey. We all agreed. Natalie Harris is here. Hiya, Helen. Evening. I'm excited about Jack Nicholson Joker they teased. Mars Toys, do you think it will have moving eyes? I mean, I don't know. I don't know that Mars Toys has done anything with moving eyes yet, have they? I didn't get the impression that the Harvey Dent they're about to release does. I don't know. It's not, I mean, we like it. I think I hate posing rolling eyes with that Hot Toys neck connector and rooted hair. So I'm feeling a bit scarred about rolling eyes at the moment. I'm not going to lie. Does So have a size comparison with another figure? I don't believe that they did. It was just solo images. Bob Dylan is the heart and soul of the 6-scale collecting community. He sure is. Ramstein fan is here. Hello to you. Happy Friday. Austin says that Storm is his favorite of the three. I think it's probably a lot of people's favorite of the three. Oh, looks like Creed is wearing a baby's onesie. He's wearing a brown and tan Wolverine romper for his cosplay. Maybe that's what's putting me off it. It feels a bit like Temu brown and tan Wolverine. Maybe that is. I agree with pairing Bloodline with Hono Wolverine. That's my plan. I think I hadn't thought of that. I think that would look very cool. The other two are definitely stronger than this Sabretooth. So not just me. Thank you. Appreciate this. What's the price point on these So figures? Great question. I don't know, but I'll quickly look it up because I looked up all the pricing for Dumbledore. Did I look up pricing for these? Not particularly. So I'm hoping that Giant Toys, which is one of the retailers you can buy these from, will have them listed. I'm going to go to page 2, see if they're there. No, they're not. What a treat. Don't know. Apologies. I thought Giant Toys, maybe it's one of those you've got to be logged in things. So I do not know. Apologies. Savannah, I've never been there. I have heard that outside of Atlanta is really nice. I just didn't really like Atlanta. Parts of the downtown felt super shonky and I did not feel safe. Fun fact. Are you going to put the Hot Toys release dates up soon? We're going to talk about them at the end of the stream, Austin. I've only been to the Atlanta airport for a layover. I have to say I was impressed. Atlanta airport is gigantic. It's gigantic. I feel like I was walking for 5 days to go from my gate to pick up my bag. It was insane. Oh, thank you, Tremble Dust. 200 USD for the... Okay, that doesn't feel ostentatious price-wise. Akira's here. Surprised the edition size is so low. Makes me wonder if it's a marketing tactic to create FOMO or if they generally think they won't sell many. Look, I do believe they'll be limited because when So put out their statement to say, look, we're going to do shorter runs with quicker windows, I believe that. Do I think it's only $2.99? I don't think so. I don't know that you're making money only doing $2.99. And how would we ever know that they only made $2.99? So I'm a bit dubious that it is $2.99, but I feel like it probably is a more limited production. And definitely FOMO is going to play a part in it. Look at Mars Toys 66 Alfred. People were like hammering Kit in his group going, when are you listing Alfred? Oh my God. And then I think it was listed and it had to come down and everybody was losing their minds. So yeah, I think FOMO is definitely a part of it. Sabretooth is 32 centimeters or about 12 and a half inches. Thank you very kindly. Ray, AUD, bless you, Raymond. All 3 figures are $290 AUD or $205 on Pop Collectibles plus shipping. I mean, not that I endorse. I actually don't know that I endorse any retailers. Actually, and I kind of do, but I've never bought from Pop Collectibles, so I'm not saying to buy from Pop Collectibles. Oh, they are on Giant Toys. I have to be logged in. Thank you, because that's what I was missing. $195.99 each on Giant Toys. Yeah, I like Giant Toys. I've had very good experiences with them. Unknown fact, Savannah, GA is the New Jersey of the South. Well, I mean, probably. It's probably what they're saying. No, Austin, I've not heard anything about Jazz Inc. Catwoman, and I don't think I will for a long time. So it is what it is. It's fine. I'll wait as long as it's good. I don't want them to rush it and get something that I'm not happy with. Most people wouldn't know for sure at True Count. Their patch was also limited release and came out pretty quickly. Yeah, it's what they've been doing a lot of. They did it with the patch Wolverine. They did that sort of, I want to call it like a comic style Batman figure. Like there's quite the Prince figure. Like this seems to be the way that they're going. So as I said, I guess because these are not of interest to me, I'm like, cool, you do that. If something I wanted came up and came and went before I could get it, I'd probably be pretty sad. But I mean, it's interesting because, as I say, SooSooToys has really lagged with their release schedule, and I think they've been criticized quite a bit for it. So maybe this is just their way of continuing to produce and get revenue in to then finish off the figures that we've been waiting a long time for. Maybe. Mike, don't be like that. Centimeters and millimeters are the way, my friend. 3/30 of an inch is just ridiculous. That's not an accurate measure in any way, shape, or form. So again, the Creed Sabretooth. I think it's the weakest of the three. I don't think anybody's disagreeing with me for now. See, even Costa agrees. Metric is best. Costa, you know, when you're measuring millimeters, so precise. I absolutely love it. Don't you love third-party names? And Kalimera Costa Tikanis. The Bloodline. X-23, a comic-inspired version in the suit, which I'm sure a lot of people are happy about. And yeah, I think the idea people have had of pairing this with Hono Wolverine, I think that's a really clever idea. I think this looks really cool. I'm guessing, looking at the picture, that it's a swap-out mouth plate. I think for me, I would have liked if it was a swap-out sculpt, so you had a version with the hair not looking as sort of windswept and dramatic. I think that just would have given you a few more posing options, because to have her with that kind of, you know, very neutral sculpt, but the hair's doing all this stuff, I'm not sure that kind of works for me. But again, they're rushing them out the door. The accessories are pretty limited, but I think this looks cool. For me, this is definitely a much better looking figure than the Sabretooth. I think, you know, there is a little bit of detail on the sculpted hair, which looks nice. I think the suit looks okay to me. And then again, we're going pretty light on with the accessories. So we're guessing it is swap out mouthpieces. We've got some sort of, I'm going to call it like a blade effect. We've got swap out gloved hands and then swap out hands with the claws. We've got some little claw things for the boots. That's fun. And again, the typical SooSooToys stand. I like this. I think it looks really cool. This and the Storm, I think they're really nice looking figures. One of the reasons the S didn't convert to metrics like the rest of the world is because it would be so much work to go from what is used now to metric. I mean, I think they like to be different, just like the way they write the date of like a month, day, year. No. Don't agree with that. Looks like her latest suit in the Wolverine #1 comic. Oh, does it? That's cool. That's a good coincidence. Metric is the best for accuracy, no doubt. You're a smart man, Hawk. You're a smart man. SooSoo owes me 2 figures from 3 years ago. Yeah, which ones, Costa? SooSoo owes me Supergirl, Deathstroke, Reverse Flash, and the Savitar version of the Flash, Barry Allen. I'm patiently waiting. Maybe one day I'll get them. A skip for me, if we'll ever get this suit in the MCU, that would be a doper. Yeah, I have to wonder if it's coming in Doomsday. I have to wonder if a lot of things like that are coming in Doomsday. Trembledust says, my take, they're not, oh my God, these are peak figures. They're acceptable because who else is even trying to do them, which still baffles me. Yeah, it's interesting. X-Men is, I think, a franchise in 6 scale that probably has been a little bit underserviced. I'm really surprised that with X-Men 97 that we haven't seen Hono jump on that bandwagon, third party jump on that bandwagon. That's where I get a bit bummed out that third party has been so quiet over the years. I feel like back in the day, like your Toys eras, they would do like Cyclops and Professor X and Magneto and those kinds of figures. But no one's really built out a big line, either from the movies or the comics. And I do feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity there. So I don't know if that will change in the future. Mike says, SooSoo figures have tempted me in the past, but I've been able to resist. This X-23 is calling my name, though. I think she looks great. I think she looks super cool, too. Okay, we're still talking about the metric system. Mike, look what you started. You and your orange chocolate and your inches. That's 2 strikes. That's 2 strikes. Don't make strike 3 because then I might have to put you in a timeout. Yeah, I was in great. Oh goodness, we're still okay. No, I'm going to move on from the metric system because Helen wants to go to bed before midnight. How many figures do you have that you're definitely looking forward to very soon? Mine is Stealth Suit Captain America and Rooted Hair Winter Soldier figure. We'll talk about that at the end of the stream, but I'm looking forward to those as well. Look, you're not sorry because you even Costa, who has good taste like me and doesn't like orange chocolate, you tried to say I was influencing him. I don't have to influence anyone when it comes to orange chocolate. It's just not a winning combination. I'm sorry. It's just facts. This costume looks comic accurate on X23. Raz 20 Tenable. Hello. Yeah, I think it looks really good. As I say, really impressed. As I said, I think this was very much a surprise and delight for a lot of X-Men fans out there. And last but not least, as much as I like X23, I think this Storm looks incredible. I really love the look of this Storm figure. The Weather Manipulator, because again, I love third-party names. She looks super cool. I really like this. Nice outfit. I like the sculpt. Again, I get it because they're such quick releases. I think I would have liked the option to have a sculpt with some not windswept actiony hair. I think that would have been nice just to give people a little bit more variety. But it does look like a really nice figure. You've got, they're showing off some of the detail on the suit. I love that we've got hands that have the effect pieces connected to them. I really wish more companies would do that. I hate getting loose little flame effects and you're trying to balance them in the sculpt and they fall out and it's a pain. So I love that they're giving you hands with specific effects. So big tick in the box for me. You've got normal hands as well. And then you're pretty standard SooSooToys base. So all these X-Men bases are pretty much the same. It's that great pattern with the X in the middle. So I think it looks nice. I think it looks nice. I know some people were complaining that the figures have the white eyes. I can understand it for these characters. It's not something that particularly bothers me. I do just hope that whatever material they are using on this Storm outfit, that it has some longevity to it. Because no one wants a suit to crack or peel or flake. So I'm hoping that whatever these are made out of is a durable material that's going to give people a little bit of life out of the figure. So have you hit the like button? 44 people. We're up to 44 people. So I hope you've hit the like button if I'm keeping you entertained on a Friday. I'd appreciate it. Maybe subscribe if you're new and you haven't already. I'd appreciate that too. Have you ever had anxiety over how quick your collection is growing? No, because I don't think I don't feel like my collection has been a quick grow. I feel like it's been quite slow and deliberate over a lot of years. I think I've got about 100 figures and I've been collecting for, it'll be 12 years soon. So I don't consider that huge. I don't consider that a huge growth. This year might be the year I get the most things in. So I am trying to work out my space and what I'm going to do for my next cabinet. So hopefully I get my act together there. Too bad these are limited to $2.99. Yeah, I'm not sure that I believe that. I think they'll be limited, but I don't know that it's going to be that low. I always take that with a grain of salt. They did knock this Storm out of the park. I'd even put down my piece of orange chocolate to admire this collection. I mean, you know what? You shouldn't get it because you're going to get orange chocolate on this beautiful suit. I just know you are, Mike. Put gloves on before you handle Storm, please. Like you, I thought about Luminara when I saw this figure. She's been talking about her for quite a while now. Yeah, she's got quite a big collection of Storm collectibles. So I've got no doubt that Lumi will be pre-ordering this one. I still have an issue with the sleeves being baggy. I know she had it in the animated series, but other than that, old PO, nice sculpt. And again, who else is doing them? Yeah, as I say, I like the sculpt. I wish she had the option of having not windswept crazy hair. That's probably my only criticism of the X23 and the Storm, but I feel like you can live with it. You can live with it. Because I guess I worry about the suits and longevity, so I'm not a crazy poser with these figures. Who the hell would complain about white eyes on Storm? Go sit in the corner and think about what you said. I mean, people criticize everything about every figure. I saw people complaining about InArt Dumbledore, which I thought looked pretty great. So yeah, spoiler, collectors are never happy. Anthony, no, your taste is off. Orange Chocky is not delicious. And I don't like Vegemite because I'm probably the most honest Australian there is. It's horrible. I wouldn't give it to anyone I called my friend. You don't even live in Australia. Don't tell me what's Australian. The white part of Storm's suit looks similar to the yellow part of SooSoo's Rogue suit. It's not forgiving, it dents. Oh, really? Shame. And that's my thing, because if you're going to give her action hair and a suit that's potentially going to damage, that's not a fun combination. S-Beam raises a good point. I hope the white fabric doesn't yellow over time. Yeah, I mean, Kingpin says hi, right? I don't know if there was any yellowing issues with Mr. Knight, was it? Whatever they called it. But yeah, that Kingpin had big issues with the yellowing. So yeah, you're right. I hope that's not the case with this one. Raz 2010able. I own the SooSooToys, Rogue, and Gambit. Their suits are holding up after 3 years. Okay. Have you posed them much though? Tremble disagrees with me about people complaining about everything. It's true. It's true. But anyway, what a treat to have some third-party newsy news. As I said, I often talk about the fact that so many of these companies have gone quiet. Like, when's the last time Toys Era did something? So yeah, I was very surprised, very delighted. But SooSooToys, if you'd like to release the figures that many of us have had on pre-order for a long time, that would be amazing. And it's funny because before Christmas, they also said they had done a Season 9 Grant Gustin Flash that was going to be in this $2.99 quick drop. We're going to do it before Christmas. And you've got to be careful what you say, because every time they post something, someone's like, where's the Season 9 Grant Gustin Flash? And I'm like, where indeed? Because you guys are the ones who said it, and we're now in February, and no one has seen that thing at all. Where is it? So, don't make me start calling you so slow again. Cayman Rider Amazon. Who had this on their bingo card? Not me. I know as much about Cayman Riders as I do about the Star Wars, which is not a lot. This, to me, looks like some kind of villain from the Power Rangers. That's the vibe I get from this. The other vibe I get from this is Baxter Stockman vibes. I get Baxter Stockman vibes in some of these pictures. It very much reminds me of some of those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video games where you had to fight Baxter Stockman at the end of one of the levels as a big boss. But Cayman Rider Amazon look. This thing, I just find it a bit goofy looking, if I'm honest. Apologies to any Cayman Riders fans out there. I don't know if anybody who watches my channel is a Cayman Riders fan. I just think of like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and this being some like villain of the week. So to make up for the fact that I don't know anything about this guy, let's look at the key points Hot Toys and Howie Claws want us to know about the Cayman Rider Amazon. It has a highly detailed costume. Look at that beautiful tail back fin. That's fun. It has interchangeable mouthpieces. I just can't take this thing seriously. It has LED lighted helmet and the Conjurer belt, which was a relief, because if you're not going to do the Conjurer belt, then don't do an Kamen Rider Amazon figure at all, quite frankly, because if that belt's not there, no one's interested. And this is what you're getting with your Kamen Rider Amazon. And I feel like, my goodness, they are pumping out a lot from the Kamen Riders. Like, we couldn't get more than one figure from the Thunderbolts, but Hot Toys, what is this? Is this like the 4th, the 5th? They're even doing Kamen Riders that are coming with vehicles. And are they popular? I don't know, because I've been to Hong Kong twice, and what did I see sitting around Hot Toy stores? Kamen Riders figures. So who are these for? I know they're not for me, and that's fine. Not everything has to be for me. I'm not that collector, but I'm genuinely sitting here going, is this really popular somewhere? Like, are people buying these? I don't know, because I would have thought there's other figures from more recent movies that would have had a bit more popularity than Kamen Rider Amazon, but maybe I'm very wrong. So this is everything you get. You get also an effect piece, hands, a base. Amazing. Where am I up to? Is there a release date on these we can realistically hold SooSoo to? Well, SooSoo said between March to May. But can you hold them to anything? No, not really. Because as I say, they promise a lot of things and then those dates pass and nothing happens. So what are you going to do? Figure It Out is here. Hello, everybody. Hello to you. Happy Friday. Uncarded Review says, as a customer, you absolutely should be vocal and voice your opinions and complaints about a product you're potentially interested in purchasing. You don't owe these manufacturers anything. I mean, I don't know that a lot of them care to listen, but if it makes you feel better, that's fair enough. Kareem is here. Hey, Helen, just dropping by, but we'll catch the replay later today. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend to you, Kareem. So lovely to see you in the chat. Wasn't this the inspiration for the Power Rangers? I mean, it would make sense. I get that vibe from it, but I also did not watch the Power Rangers, so bleh, do not know. I only know the American TV series Masked Rider. I don't know any of the other variants from the original series in Japan. To me, easy skip all of them. Me too. Mike doesn't have a clue on these riders other than they're riding things. Cayman things. I don't know what Cayman is. You wouldn't be wrong to think that, okay, Mighty Morphin versus Cayman. Okay. I know stuff. I don't know stuff. It's colourful. It is colourful. What a treat. There are Rider fans. I'm not one of them. More power to them. Happy they get figs. Would you think there's more Rider fans than people who want more of the Thunderbolts? Genuine question. They must be selling well somewhere. Yeah, I'd love to know where. Is that a wired neckerchief? I mean, we can only hope. We can only hope. They should be promoting that more. You know, lol, Thunderbolts, but again, it's Howie's company. It's on him. What is announced release, however, Justice for Okoye. Justice for Alexi. I feel like we should start adding Justice for Red Guardian in our list. I'm seeing the release date being Q2 2026. For me, that means they come out as quickly as Patch did. We shall see. I think that's about the SooSooToys figures. Yeah, they said March to May. I'll be keen to see, do these X-Men figures come out before any of the 4 figures I've had on pre-order for years? Probably they will. To add to point, okay, their Blade figure, I believe, was not limited release and it took 2 years to drop. I feel like it was more than 2 years, if I'm honest. And the Starlight figure from the boys, I feel like that was closer to 3. That took a really long time to come out. Another bargain bin figure, Hot Toys making figures no one wants. But like, someone has to want them. That's what I'm genuinely keen to know. Like who wants them? I don't know. Japan? Is it just Japan? Yeah, I'm with you, Earth 616. I'm also dumping Yelena if they don't do any more Thunderbolts because I don't want standalone random figures. If they do Alexi, I will keep Yelena. If they do nothing else, Yelena's on the chopping block, as much as I love her. If I have to suffer, someone else is going to join me. Oh, okay, that's not for me. What an amazing time we're living in, that these companies are making our dreams come true. I mean, that's how I feel. I kind of don't get a lot of the trivial complaints some people have, but sister, just finished gym and prepping my meals as always. Good work. You know what? Healthy lifestyle. I'm going to applaud that because I am not living a healthy lifestyle, but I'm glad you are, brother. Although, what meals are you prepping? Are you doing like chicken and rice and broccoli? I'm being serious. I always assume that's what people that go to the gym eat. Unlike me, who's just eating. What did I have for dinner? I actually had some chicken. What a treat. Currently unboxing X23. The sculpted hair doesn't allow the backpack to go on her back. It looks so silly. Oh, really? That's a shame. It's like Kate Bishop. Her quiver gets in the way of her ponytail. It's very annoying. So that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Tremble Dust agrees. Justice for Red Guardian. Justice for Baron Zemo. I know Zemo. And again, this is where Toys era, where are you? Where are you? I feel like if this was a few years ago, Toys era would have been pumping these figures out. Oh, Helen, please direct me to where I can get a Hot Toys 12 scale, the Bat Deluxe version. Thanks. I mean, Hong Kong? I'm serious. Hong Kong? Secret Base? Rebel Base? They have it. After that, I don't know. That's a very old release, unless you're looking at Facebook Marketplace or the like. I don't know that many retail stores would have it, but if you're getting it from Hong Kong, my goodness, getting that back home is going to be a nightmare because that thing, even at 12th scale, will be huge. I'm not planning to get Yelena due to no Under Thunderbolts, but I could see her fitting in with Red Hulk and Winter Soldier for a comic-themed Thunderbolt. Just a thought, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Am I ever going to get Lumi on my channel? I mean, if we can make it work, I'd love to. It's difficult because when I stream, Luminar is at work. So I have, I think, currently 13 to 16-hour time difference in the US. So it's very tricky for me to have people on my stream because I'm streaming at night and then they're working. And when they stream during the night, I'm working. So it just makes it a little bit tricky to have people on, which is a bit of a bummer. Not to play devil's advocate, but these companies are making figures for profit and exploiting nostalgia. I can appreciate that they're offering a product for sales, but they haven't earned gratitude. Fair enough. That's not for me. Does anyone know if there are any codes for InArt Dumbledore on Kit's site? Yeah, I mean, Big Bretta posted a code. Big Bretta posted a code. If you go to his YouTube channel, he did a post with a code. Get $10 off courtesy of Joelle. Yeah, we're working. I mean, Lumi's a teacher. She's got young minds to mold. It is what it is. There we go. It's an unfortunate code. Dumbreda. DUMBREDA. For $10 off at 16 Kit. Thank you, Bobby, for the assist. I'm using my Hot Toys X23 backpack on my Last of Us Ellie. Accessories can be used on other figures. That's not a bad idea. I have a competition this coming July. Oh, wow. Wish me luck. Steamed sea bass, sweet potatoes, basmati rice, shredded lettuce, and seasoned with some 0-calorie curry spice seasoning and protein shakes. I didn't know you do competitions. That's so cool. Well, good luck. Good luck from all of us. How exciting. Oh, I'm clicking around. Hi, Helen. Hello, Big Rip. How are you? Helen of Toy. I mean, God, that would have been an amazing channel name. I feel like I missed an opportunity there. I feel like everyone's 6 scale something. I could have been Helen of Toy. Man. Oh, the marketer in me so disappointed in myself. Lumi's on a class trip. There you go. She can't be streaming. As I said, she's got young minds to mold and nurture and take care of. I'm still Helen of Toy. Oh, man. Is it too late to change my channel name? That's incredible. Incredible. Yes, Bretta did post a review. Hopefully, he's back a bit more. I think he posted one review last year, and then we didn't see him for a while, so I'm not sure. Question, Helen, do you think as collectors, if we had a Hot Toys convention where collectors could buy and trade figures? I mean, you could do that. I mean, there's toy fairs where I live. I assume most places would have a toy fair, but I just find that a lot of people at those toy fairs probably aren't in the Hot Toys space. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you do it, but, yeah, you could do it. It is a cool name. As I said, I feel like I missed the bus on thinking of that. Shame, shame. Shame, shame. Nightwing. Remember Nightwing? He was in the figure graveyard, and then Howie chucked him in the Lazarus pit and revived him, and now he's been released this week. What a treat. People complained because it's a Hot Toys release. People complained that they thought the suit was going to fall apart. I think someone didn't like the sculpt. I think this looks cool. And if I think of the sort of, I think it's a Titans version that SooSooToys did. That had a lot of like Velcro-y loose parts, whereas this to me feels like it's more well put together, I want to say. I haven't seen any reviews on it yet, but I'm looking at this going, I didn't see anything that obviously looked like big Velcro bits, like it looked like it was sort of straps that were sewn together. But aesthetically, I really like the look of this. I think it's really cool that, you know, we can have a glimmer of hope that Hot Toys will on occasion revive things from the figure graveyard. And I do really like the Arkham line. I think a lot of those figures look very interesting and very, very impressive. So some different looks to the suit. And as I said, I don't know. When I looked at this, did it jump out to me of, oh, yeah, that obviously is going to break and get damaged? Not particularly. Nothing jumped out to me, but maybe I'm wrong. So let me know what you think. Do you like this? Are you getting this? Thoughts on the suit? Is there something that jumps out to you as, oh, well, that's going to break or that's going to get damaged? Because for me, I just didn't feel that way. I just didn't feel like this looked like this was going to be a problematic suit. There aren't as many 6-scale collectors for a convention. I think it depends where you live. But as I said, I know where I live, they do have toy fairs. But I feel like it's so dominated by, like, Funko Pops and much cheaper collectibles than Hot Toys. Hey, Helen was listening but had to pop in chat. Why not make Helen of Toy the show name? It's really good. Maybe, Dagito. I do feel like that. Oh, man. If I could have my time again, I would call myself Helen of Toy. It's an amazing name. Speaking of Helen of Troy, anyone else wonder if Hot Toys will make figures from the upcoming Ridley Scott epic, The Odyssey? I mean, ooh, that would be interesting to see. And it's funny because it's, oh, I wish they'd make different things, and then they'd make it, and they go, who asked for this? Why are they making this? I mean, I like seeing Hot Toys branch out to new things. I'm really quite perplexed as to why some people were so grossly outraged that they went down the line of doing the K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't have a problem with that. It would be interesting to see if they do something from the Odyssey. Time will tell. Even trying to think what else has come out. But there's been a few things. Even like, we've had House of the Dragon. There's so many things that have come out that I'll often wonder if they will. Someone out there will do something with them. I mean, InArt keeps saying they're going to do Game of Thrones, but don't hold your breath for that one, everyone. Beautiful Nightwing. I agree. I think it's beautiful. I think this figure looks really, really nice. I'm not sure why people are upset for this one this week. There's just no way of putting it on and making it look good. Oh, sorry, that's not even for me. Big Rib, love it. I can continue building my Arkham line. I have all except for the Arkham Knight. It's a good-looking line. I really am quite impressed with that Arkham line. Raymond says Nightwing looks great. Just too late for a lot of collectors who moved on from the Arkham games. Still with Arkham Origins Batman finally announced. Maybe this Nightwing will also get a boost in sales. Maybe. It's a good point. And that's what gets me. Like, sometimes the illogical release patterns or the big gaps between figures, I totally get why some people give up on lines. And I think it's such a shame that people give up on a line and then Howie's like, surprise, I made it. And you're like, Howie. Ace McLeod says, looks good. It would be nice if it's not leather material. I mean, I would guess it's not leather because they would normally tell us leather. Helen of Toy, outstanding name. I know, right? I vote for Helen of Toy. Definitely use that name for something. I mean, I need to find a way to use that. You could always change your live stream handle to Helen of Toy, but you'll always be our 6-scale Shiro. Oh, it's very sweet. Oh, don't be like that. Someone's always going to go there. Let's not go there. Calvin's here. Good morning, Helen. Everyone, rise and grind. Well, hello to you, Calvin. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. Yost will be at SDCC. I wonder what he will be showing. I wonder if Catwoman will be released by then. Justice for Gambit and Elektra, yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Poor Gambit and Elektra. Everyone but them has been made. I really thought Gambit would get made. Like, I pictured if they weren't going to do one, it was going to be Elektra. To not do Gambit really does surprise me. But as I said, Nightwing, I think it looks really cool. I think it looks like an awesome figure. People were not happy. It's Hot Toys collecting. So we get a bit more look at the suit, so we can see the back there in the middle. He's got his sort of batons with those effect pieces. A pretty standard Arkham base. I think it looks really nice. Maybe that's just me. As I say, people were not happy, but I feel like that's most releases. 52 people with me. What a treat. Hit the like button, please. Thank you. I'd appreciate it. Little Shuri would appreciate it. I'm going to take 2 ticks to give you a chance to hit the like button. And then we're going to talk about Dumbledore. Did you hit the like button? I hope you did. Pinky swear that you hit the like button. That would be nice. Albus Dumbledore. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So it's quite interesting because Bobby D pointed this out to me. The kids were all from the Philosopher's Stone, Sorcerer's Stone if you're in America. But then Snape was from the Half-Blood Prince, and then Dumbledore was from Chamber of Secrets. So, of course, a lot of people were not happy that they went with the Richard Harris version of Dumbledore. For me, I feel like if you've got the younger kids, it makes more sense to have the Richard Harris Dumbledore. Some people wanted, I'm so bad with names, is it Michael Gambon, who was the actor that then took over the role after Richard Harris passed away. But it made sense to me going with this version of Dumbledore, and maybe they'll do another one down the track. Maybe they won't. But as I said, if they only do the kids from like the Philosopher's Stone, I think it makes sense to have the right Dumbledore to go with them. I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like the Harry Potter line had a little bit of a rough start. I don't think the Harry figure was amazing. Ron and Hermione, I think there was a bit of a mixed view on. But Snape and Dumbledore, I think, look fantastic. These are both some really impressive looking figures. These outfits, there's quite a bit going on with the robes. There's quite a bit going on with the rooted hair. And I really like the way this looks. People were complaining about the robes not being accurate. I just shook my head. Because as I said, I looked at this and I was really impressed with what I was seeing. So as I say, I think the Snape and the Dumbledore have really been a step up from the way or how Ron, Harry, and Hermione turned out. And I hope that, I know they're revisiting that Draco Malfoy. I hope they can bring that up to this standard because I think, as I say, I think Snape and Dumbledore are looking really, really solid. Oh, here we go. Not my Dumbledore. Well, it's InArt's Dumbledore. Miss Batwin agrees. This Dumbledore looks amazing. Jude Law is my favorite Dumbledore. Well, that's not what InArt's doing. They're not doing that. Austin saying he's surprised no one's at a convention. Well, I mean, maybe more in Asia than in the US and whatnot. So I think it just depends on where you are. I think this looks absolutely amazing. I ordered using Bretta's code. Amazing. Looking forward to getting that fully rooted Voldemort. I mean, well, I want an artisan Okoye. So let's have a look at Albus Dumbledore, shall we? From Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Up for pre-order as of today. And don't forget, guys, InArt is doing not one, but 2 live streams. And we always know that an InArt stream is a roller coaster.
So the earlier you... Whoa.
I'm probably never not going to play that clip. It's too much fun. So here's a bit of a look at Albus Dumbledore. As I said, I'm really impressed by this. The hair, the beard, I think the detail in the face, and I sometimes feel like older characters that have a few more wrinkles and a bit more sort of a story to tell in their face translate really nicely into figure form. So I think it looks really solid. He comes with the glasses. He's got his hat. As I said, I really like the look of the robes. We've got forks with the little, I'm going to call it stand. I don't think it's a stand. I don't think it's the pensieve either. I don't think it's the pensieve. But he comes with forks, which I think is a really cool accessory. It comes in a deluxe version and a premium version, which is odd to me because I thought most of their releases were just standard and deluxe. So why this is deluxe and then premium, I'm not entirely sure, but I do think it's looking really nice. I know some people were commenting about not having seamless wrists. I think a lot of the ways you pose this guy, you can probably hide the wrist joint with the robe. So I don't know that that's a big deal breaker for someone like me. He's got his wand. He looks very cool. He looks very cool. Poor Arnie. I know, he keeps taking a tumble. Hopefully Forks survives the live stream for. I mean, prayers for Forks. I hope they find something better than blue tack because the blue tack did not work on Arnie. It's when she says "oh" that sells the InArt clip. It's and the camera guy moving to the empty space where the Terminator was. I love it. Yeah, panning to the blank space gets me every time. It's like I'm sure that was their instinct But in reality, they should have panned across to her. I hope that poor woman's not doing those streams tomorrow and get stitched up again, because seriously, she suffered enough. This looks amazing. I totally agree. Dr. No says, Albus pre-order for me. Huge improvement from the initial prototype. I have all 3 children and Snape's on the way. Snape looks incredible. And let's talk about that original prototype, shall we? Because I found a picture. What a treat. So on the left is what they showed at WonderCon in, I believe it was 2023. So we are, I would say, about 2.5 years, because I think that was October 2023 that they showed this Dumbledore. And I think we can see there's been some really big improvements in the robes. Like, those first robes look like it's like a printed pattern, whereas the new robes now look like there's a bit more texture and detail to them. I think the lining, again, looks like it has a bit more detail to it. I think that the hair looks nice, the face, everything. And even Fawkes got a glow up. Look at the difference in Fawkes. Like, I think that original Fawkes looks really rough, whereas this new version we've got with the figure, I think you can definitely see a big improvement in the painting. It's not such blocky, this bit's red and this bit's orange and this bit's red. I think we see that more subtle gradient and transition of color on it. Even his claws. Are you okay, madame? Are you going to say hello, or are you just going to be a menace? Do you have opinions on Dumbledore, Shuri? No, she just wants to be a menace. It's fine. As I say, Fawkes looks much improved to me as well. So I think it took a long time. I think they've definitely made some improvements. I don't know why it took this long, because seriously, you showed this prototype 2.5 years ago. And I mean, we saw that prototype of Daenerys, and now people are going, where's Daenerys? And I'm like, fair play, fair question. Where is she? I've got no idea. Hawk says, I hope InArt will cast Michael Gambon as Dumbledore in the future. Nevertheless, this is an awesome Dumbledore. What are you doing? Okay, you've got stories to tell. That's amazing. I have to think, Hawk, if they do older versions of the kids, that maybe that's when we're going to get the Michael Gambon Dumbledore. But as I said, for me, doing the younger kids, it kind of makes sense to do the Richard Harris. Trembledust says, not a Potterhead, but Dumbledore looks good. Happy for those getting him. I am 100% with you. How it started versus how it's going. 100%, as I say, like a big difference. As I say, Fawkes in and of itself is a huge improvement, but I definitely think we've seen some pretty big improvements with Dumbledore. Even the eyebrows, my goodness. The eyebrows was something in that prototype. It's really improved. My InArt Harry Potter is really coming together now. I can't wait for Draco and Dumbledore to add to the collection. Looking forward to more Harry Potter releases from InArt. Yeah, I'm keen to see how far they go. I know some people were saying they'd love to see McGonagall, which I think would be cool. I think Hagrid would be pretty cool to do as well. It will be interesting to see how far they go down this line, or at what point they stop to maybe do a time jump and look at some figures from the later movies. It'll be interesting. If Daenerys cooks as well as this Dumbledore, it'll be worth the wait. Well, I mean, I really hope they're not going to stick with that hybrid sculpted rooted hair thing they had, because that did not look good. Oh, I saw a tail. I'm glad you saw a tail, Miss Batwoman. Shuri came in. She was in the curtain. Then she was running around. She's very vocal. I don't know what is going on with her. I think she's just very tired and wants to go to sleep. Definitely looks like Fawkes had a glow up. Look at him. He's magnificent. Such an improvement. So what I want to know is, how can they get Fawkes looking so good? And then poor Crypto. I don't think either company did an amazing job with Crypto. Why can't we do nice cats and dogs? Justice for Goose and Crypto. Justice for Goose and Crypto. So we've got a couple more pictures of the head sculpt. I'll be honest, I didn't do a lot of the photos because some of them had Photoshop background, and I felt like the lighting on the figures didn't present it in the best light. But I thought here we get a really nice look at the detail in the sculpt. As I said, I think older characters maybe have a bit more detail that translates quite well into 1/6. But he looks so good to me. I seriously, I look at this and I'm someone who, believe it or not, I've seen all the Harry Potter films. I've read all the Harry Potter books. I think this looks really nice. There's nothing that's jumping out at me as a glaring issue, but then I'm not Justice for Gandalf Pant Prince either. For me, it looks really, really nice. The beard looks glorious. The beard is impressive. The beard is really impressive. I just think it looks very good. I have the 3 InArt Kids and also the J&D Quidditch Harry Potter coming. Oh, cool. Quite into the Potter. It looks real. I agree. I think it looks really, really nice. I'll talk a bit about the pricing because I did do a little bit of homework to see what the pricing of was this. So if you're buying from InArt Direct, and be mindful that these prices don't include tax or shipping. So this price is not the final price. So the deluxe version, let me get this up. So this is the premium version. And the difference between deluxe and premium is that premium includes forks and, is it the pensieve? I'm not sure. I didn't think that was. I'm calling it the stand. Some people were upset that they think it's the same table that came with Snape. I know some people, and I thought this was valid, were a little bit disappointed to see that we weren't getting some kind of diorama backdrop. And I can agree with that. I think so many, like the kids came with the diorama backdrops. I can understand wanting to be able to continue on that theme with the different Harry Potter figures. So I can understand being a little bit annoyed that, you know, Dumbledore's got his sort of office, that we don't have some kind of diorama backdrop of that. Like, I think that would have been a cool thing to include. So if you're buying from InArt, the deluxe version, which is everything on here, bar forks and the stand, is going to cost you $403 US, $297 Great British pounds, 341 euro, and 577 Australian, plus tax plus shipping. The premium version, which is what you see on the screen, that's going to be 459 US, 338 Great British pounds, 389 euro, and 657 Aussie dollars, Aussie dollary doos. On 1/6 kit, where the price is the price, there's no shipping, there's no extra tax. So I know for some people it makes more sense to get from kit. So if that's what you desire to do, the deluxe version from kit is 469 US, 345 Great British pounds, 397 euro, and 671 Aussie dollars. And the premium is 535 US, 394 Great British pounds, 453 euros, and 766 Aussie dollars. I did check on Pop Culture because they are an InArt distributor. They only had the premium version listed, which is a bit odd. I don't know why they didn't have the deluxe version listed. So on Pop Culture, the pricing is typically on par with 1/6 kit. If you're in Australia, where we get free shipping. If you're overseas, different ball game because you're going to pay shipping. And if you're in the US, you're probably going to pay some tariffs. I'm sorry, it's not our fault. So the premium edition on Pop Culture was 780 Australian dollars. But if you have reward points, you can use them. InArt figures don't have the same 10% pre-order discount like Hot Toys figures do, which is a bit of a bummer. But if you have reward points, which they call pennies, you can get a 10% off or a $50 off voucher to bring this price down. So that's the pricing on Dumbledore, which for me, it feels pretty consistent with other figures they've done. So I'm kind of not looking at it thinking it's ostentatiously priced. It looks pretty in line. That Forks is fire. I'll get my coat. I mean, some people were upset there weren't ashes. It is the same table. And people are upset about it. The base looks the same, like the same footprint as the children's deluxe version. Shame Snape had a smaller base. Oh, does he? Why not make them consistent? I don't understand. Earth 616 looking forward to the Quidditch Potter from J&D. Dumbledore came out at the same price as Gandalf, rooted beard tax. I mean, that is a lot of rooted hair. That is a lot of rooted hair. Do I know why purchasing anything from Japan is so expensive? I do not, sorry. I don't know that I've ever purchased anything from Japan. I cannot answer that. So InArt Dumbledore, as I said, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. I think it's quite interesting with InArt. I think a lot of their IPs that they have produced over the past couple of years, there's been nothing that's drawn me in. I think I can appreciate how good some of these figures have looked. As I said, I think that Snape is a 10 out of 10. I have regularly been seeing people posting pictures of that. It looks really good. This looks impressive to me. So I think the Potter line has come a long way since that Harry that looked a little bit questionable. So I will be interested to see if they do the kids when they're a bit older later on. But do let me know if you're watching live or on the replay. Are you into the Potter line? Are you getting this figure? What do you think of Dumbledore? I'm keen to know people's view because, as I said, not for me, but I think Snape and Dumbledore in particular look really cool, and I am, when it comes out, quite interested to see. I've got the Anne Hathaway Catwoman on pre-order. It's been a long time since I've received an InArt figure. I have the Joker. There's things about it I like. There's things about it that I think are not perfect, but no figure is always going to be perfect. That's fine. So I'm keen to see when I get that Catwoman what a more recent InArt release is like. Akira says, pop culture's been great for me. I've ordered from them a few times and I'm in the UK. Yeah, I think it's mainly people in the US that are not happy because the tariff is 20% because the products are from China, whereas people are like, but I'm buying it from Australia. And it's like, but it wasn't produced here. And I can understand pop culture as a business. You can't be mucking around with that kind of stuff. So I understand the predicament that both people are in, but I know there's quite a few US collectors that are a bit bummed that, particularly with the bargain bin figures or the figures that have been heavily discounted, that pop culture is now not as cheap for them as it used to be. Define expensive. I'm in the US and with tariffs, it's gotten more expensive, but previously it was not bad. Just the exchange rate with the US dollar and Japanese yen. That's a good point, Tremble Dust, because I feel like I was listening to a podcast that said the US dollar had gone down a little bit. I know the exchange rate with the Aussie dollar has gone up, which I'm not mad about. It's just that I don't want to buy anything at the moment to take advantage of it. So yeah, it might be tariffs and exchange rate. That's a really good point. I think Helen needs to track down all of the InArt Harry Potter line. Absolutely not. Read the books, enjoyed the movies. Harry Potter's just never an IP that I felt like I needed merch from. So yeah, I'm happy to admire it lovingly from a distance. Kareem's still here. This looks excellent. The whole line is shaping up nicely. I'm keen to see where Malfoy ends because that prototype did not look great. So I'm keen to see the glow up that Malfoy gets. I guess if they added the backdrop, expect $100 to be added to the cost. I mean, maybe that is the price to pay for the beard. That the backdrop, maybe that's a good point. Maybe they thought that they included the diorama, the price point was going to be too much. But I mean, maybe do that instead of recycling Snape's table. Like maybe do something else instead of the recycled table. Maybe people would have appreciated that. There's got to be other things they could have done. Great conversation, Helen. I've enjoyed the chat. Until next time, I look forward to next week's conversation. Peace. Well, peace out to you, Austin. I hope you have a nice weekend. Trembledust says, yeah, I always like pop culture, but recently purchased a figure from them and got hit with $80 USD tariff, not blaming them at all. Yeah, as I say, I understand it's sadly for people in the US not a treasure trove that it used to be. Not pop culture's fault, but I hate losing them as an option. And it's interesting because I do wonder, and I always wonder if I could get an interview with them. Like, has that hit them? Like, has the tariffs affected their sales? Because I do think a lot of the times when, and I'll use Batman and Robin as an example, like they're on waitlist. And I feel like with other figures like She-Hulk, with Bane, when those figures were released and they came out looking amazing and people didn't have a pre-order, I think a lot of them would flock to pop culture and get the figure from there. Supergirl, I think Supergirl's another example of it was on PO for the longest time with pop culture. And then it was released in Hong Kong and suddenly it's gone. Wasn't available on Sideshow. I think a lot of US collectors then went to pop culture. So I would be interested to know if it has affected their sales volumes quite a bit. Mike says, nice, we're talking about Dumbledore. This looks pretty incredible, but I still have reservations since I don't have any InArt figures in hand. But once I do, I might feel more comfortable purchasing. Yeah, I was saying, Mike, I've only got the Joker. I haven't bought anything since then because there's nothing they've brought out that I've wanted. But people that I've spoken to that have InArt figures like the Paul Atreides figure, Snape, the Jokers, they're very happy with them in hand. So I am keen when I get that Hathaway Catwoman to see what a newer InArt figure is like. I do potentially get hit with 20% custom charges over €135, but pop culture's prices and sales are often so good that it evens out and still cheaper overall. Oh, is that VAT or something else? I do not know. I love the base looking like a carpet. Sorry if I missed it, but does it have a clamp or crotch grabber? I don't think they showed it, but I'm guessing it's a crotch grabber would be included. That seems to be the way that InArt's going now. Like they're not doing the magnetic bases anymore. I don't know if they showed. I don't remember seeing the stand really. Hang on. Yeah, they didn't really show it with a display base. Maybe they'll show it on the live stream. Maybe they'll show it on the live stream. I assume it's a crotch grabber. The tariff notice has kept me from ordering from pop culture only because I don't know how bad it can be. Yeah, I feel like it's 20%. Because I know people, as I say, people question me going, oh, but it's Australia. And I'm like, yeah, but the goods are manufactured in China. So I think it is 20%. I'm surprised Hot Toys hasn't gone for Fallout. They could make some good figures from that. That's a good point. Pop culture is such a hidden gem, always good sales, and they seem to have that figure you want that no one else has in stock. I mean, like when everybody, it's a bit morbid to say, everybody suddenly wanted Val Kilmer Batman after he passed, and that had sat on discount at pop culture for the longest time, and not just discount, but then 20% off sales on top of the discount multiple times. And then when he passed and everyone decided, oh my God, Val Kilmer was my favorite Batman, I want the figure. Sold out, gone. I'm in the same boat. I only have the Ledger Joker from InArt. I'm waiting for InArt to make another figure I'm interested in 6 scale. Nothing so far, but hopefully later on, maybe Wonder Woman. I'm the same. I kept waiting for them to do some kind of other figure from the Dark Knight trilogy. The other IPs they have didn't particularly interest me. I'm not a Lord of the Rings person. Harry Potter was not something I wanted merch on. With the Batman, I got the Hot Toys version. June, not for me. Didn't want the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. So I've waited for a long time for them to produce something else that I've wanted. And that's how long it's taken, the Anne Hathaway Catwoman. 20%, well, at least you know. What's frustrating for me with Sideshow is that they don't tell me what the tariff impact fee will be until it's shipped. Oh, really? That's a bummer. I've ordered once from Sideshow and probably would never do it again. So the postage was ostentatious, but I'm pretty sure it's 20%. I know someone before said they paid 88, was it 80 US? Which, yeah, is something that it's a whole different ball game if that's how much you're paying. I don't know where the comment is. It's somewhere. Jim's here. Hello, Jim Collector. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. This Dumbledore looks incredible. I absolutely agree with you. Let me get back to the before and after. It's a huge improvement from what they showed at WonderCon around 2.5 years ago. Looks really, really good. Oh, wow. I think I have every InArt release so far except for the 2019 Joker. Oh, that's interesting. What's your favorite, though? Genuine question. As a simple reference, Brown Suit Wolverine, total with shipping was $412, then separate invoice for tariff charge of $80. Thank you, Tremble Dust. So that feels like around the 20% mark. Is a lot. Kareem says, pop culture has always been great to me from the US, but I haven't ordered from them in about a year or so. Not sure about the tariffs from them. Yeah, they have started with the tariffs. And as I said, because it's a product manufactured in China, people often think, oh, but it's coming from Australia, that it's 10%, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's at the rate of tariff with China, which I'm pretty sure is 20%. 20 InArt figures in my collection so far. I will track down that 2019 Joker 2-pack eventually. I don't know where you are, Earth Collector, but I do feel like pop culture has that. I was on their website earlier looking up the prices of Dumbledore, which, as I said, was bizarre because they only have the premium version. They didn't have the it's on pop culture. There you go. I don't know if that's helpful for you or not, but I am but a concierge service. My favorite so far has to be Snape or Gandalf. Fair enough. I know a lot of people liked Gandalf. For me, I'm not a Lord of the Rings person, but I have seen all the Harry Potters, and I do think Snape was incredibly impressive. Martin is thanking for the gifted membership. Thank Bob Dylan. He's the nicest guy in collecting. He was giving out channel memberships like they were going out of fashion. InArt hasn't done any Iron Man figures. I'm curious if they would do better than Hot Toys. I mean, I don't know that we're ever going to find out, if I'm brutally honest, because Hot Toys has that license sewn up. Kit, though, $15 tariff charge. I find it depends on the delivery, on the method of delivery. Some sites, if I choose DHL or Fed, they tell you tariff charge for sure, but other options like snail mail, no tariff. I mean, I think pop culture uses Australia Post. I know people are like, why don't they use DHL? Why don't they use FedEx? I don't know. It's not my company. Ask them respectfully. I don't know why they ship the way they ship. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they use Australia Post because when Australia Post then stopped shipping to the US, that's when pop culture stopped shipping to the US. So obviously that's who they do business with. And I can understand they're probably not going to want to have a whole other shipping arrangement set up for something that, how long does it last? As I say, I don't know how big the impact to their business is if their US sales are reduced. We don't know. I have too many pre-orders at the moment, so I'll probably wait another year or two to get the 2019 Joker. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's still in pop culture at that time because the 2-pack's like $2,000 at pop culture. It's a lot of dollary dues for us Aussies. Forks, what a glow up. What a glow up. Dumbledore, I think we can all agree. Pretty impressive figure. People are complaining, but that's what they do. I think it looks really great. And here's a recap of what you get with the premium version, the deluxe version. I don't know why the other version's called deluxe and this is premium. You don't get Forks and his little stand. So it is what it is. Any thoughts of if InArt will do a Michael Gambon version of Dumbledore? Mike, you missed so much. My view is I think they'll do it if they do older versions of the kids. I think because they did the kids from the Philosopher's Stone, that it probably makes sense to do the Richard Harris version of Dumbledore. But I can imagine if they then do, I don't know which version would they do, Goblet of Fire? Would they do Deathly Hallows? I have to think that if they're doing the sort of more grown-up versions of the kids, if they were to do a second Dumbledore, that it would be then. But I mean, I don't know. Would they do Dumbledore twice? It'll be interesting because I seem to recall when InArt used to do more streams and more was said about their production numbers. I know with the Harry Potter kids, I feel like some of them didn't have big sales. So I don't know if they would revisit. Is it likely that some characters would get a second go? I don't know. But again, I feel like if they did older kids, maybe they might do Michael Gambon. Have no issue with pop shipping method. I usually get package in less than 2 weeks, if that. But again, they have to follow the rules, so not blaming them. I'm pretty sure they aren't happy with it. Yeah, no, it's just funny though, Tremble Dust, because people ask me all these questions like I run the business. Like, why aren't they doing FedEx? Why aren't they doing DHL? Why aren't they doing... I don't know. I'm like on the opposite side of the country to them. Message them on Facebook and ask them. I don't know why people think I can explain pop culture business decisions. I wish I knew. Thanks for the recap. I'll check the replay. All good. All good. Dumbledore, as I say, all my peeps in the replay, because I know I have a lot of people that watch in the replay. Do let me know what you think of Mr. Dumbledore, because I think he looks pretty great. To round things out, we've gotten through the newsy news at a great pace. I'm very impressed, guys. Round of applause to everyone. Made the wrong thing. Nobody wants acoustic cinematic music. So this is what is slated for release. Big shout out to Jurgen Schultz, who posts these updates in groups. He's the real MVP, through which I appreciate him doing this, because then I shared them on the stream. And he did one right before I went live. So thank you so much, Jurgen. If you watch this stream, I don't know that you do. So the only figure from this picture which is past its release window is the Artisan Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad that had a Q3 to Q4 release window, which obviously is past. We're now in Q1. The rest of these figures are all either Q4 to Q1 or Q1 to Q2. So we've got a few Hono figures. We've got Cap, Bucky, Blade, Nice Pool, Mr. Freeze. I'd love to see Mr. Freeze. All the Kangman Riders. That's what we're really here for. So that is potentially what is coming up. And Jurgen also did a really handy update around Chinese New Year. So he was saying that Hot Toys typically, the day after they come back from their Chinese New Year break, they will at least have one release and one announcement. And he even gave us a historical breakdown of what those things have been over the past few years. So, Jurgen, what a champion you are. So we can see in 2016, we had one release and one announcement. Same in 2017. In 2018, we had one release and three announcements. We had 2019, one release and two announcements. In 2020, it was two releases and one announcement. 2021, two releases, three announcements. 2022, one release, two announcements. 2023, one release and three announcements. 2024, one release and one announcement. And last year, 8 releases and 3 announcements. That's huge. 8 releases and 3 announcements. I mean, a lot of them were Cayman Riders, so I don't know how big those releases are. But if we look at it, they've released some pretty big figures after Chinese New Year. So we've got some Iron Man figures. We've got Jack Sparrow, Captain Marvel, which I love. No one else does. We've got some Spider-Man figures. So it will be interesting to see what they do release. But announce. What are they going to announce? So in previous years, we had the Civil War version of Winter Soldier. We had Killmonger. That I think that's a very cool figure. Captain Marvel, also a Chinese New Year announcement. What a treat. Boba Fett, Miles Morales, Doc Ock, bunch of Iron Man figures. So it'll be interesting. I don't know why. I've just had this feeling that Bucky's coming around Chinese New Year. Artisan Bucky. So maybe Artisan Bucky might be the release on opening day after Chinese New Year. But announcement. Like, let's put our thinking hats on. What would you like them to announce on the opening day after Chinese New Year? If you're watching live or in the replay, let me know. Cast the net wide. What would you like? In a perfect world, what would you like? I think there's so many things I would like. It's hard to pick one. I mean, I would love a Okoye, as you guys all know. But then I'm like, might they keep going to that Batman well? Could we get the Poison Ivy? I'd love to see. Throw a spanner in the works. Batman Returns, Catwoman and Penguin. That would set the cat amongst the pigeons, wouldn't it? Oh, Howie, the possibilities are endless. I'd also love that Artisan John Wick they showed with the ballerina tease. A product update on the ballerina would be amazing. Tell us you've updated the sculpt, Howie. So let me know. Let's put our hats on. What do you think is going to be the release? And what do you hope might be the announcement? Let your imagination run wild. I wonder what this month's Iron Man will be. Maybe they'll do a black and orange one. Black orange chocolate. No, they did that. That's what the neon tech looks like. Nobody needs a second one of that. Jim says Ripley 2.0 or Alien Warrior 2.0 or anything from the Alien franchise. I get the feeling you like Alien. Miss Batwoman would love a Sarah Connor 2.0. Yeah, I think a lot of people would like that given the 2.0s of the T800 and the T1000. I think there's a lot of people who would like that. Earth 616 would like a comic Thor. They never did that Hono comic Thor, did they? They kind of teased it, but I don't feel like they ever did it, did they? What's happening with Hono? Who knows? JB's also down for Ripley and the Power Loader. I think a lot of people would be down for Ripley and the Power Loader. An Artisan 2012 Avengers Thor. Oh my God, an Artisan 2012 Avengers Black Widow as well. How did I forget that? Yeah, I think a lot of people would like them to revisit the Avengers Thor. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Alien is okay, I guess. Artisan Ripley with Power Loader. Really surprised that they haven't done an Artisan Ripley, if I'm honest. Oh no, where are you? Hello. I mean, it's a great question. Where are they? That is not for me. Blade 1. Oh yeah. I could see people having interest in that. I could see people having interest in that for sure. 2.0 for the first Avengers figures except for Iron Man. I mean, do you think they need to do Cap given there's the Endgame 2012 version? I'm quite happy with the Endgame 2012 version, if I'm honest. I'm happy with Hulk as well. I appreciate people might want Hulk because they don't have a Hulk, and I do think the Avengers one Hulk is the best Hulk they've done. But yeah, I think Hawkeye still looks good, I would like him not with a single jointed body, like some seamless swap out silicone arms would be nice. But Black Widow in particular, like that figure has not aged well. So yeah, I keep hoping, given how well they did the Iron Man 2 Black Widow, I keep hoping they'll do an Avengers 1 Artisan. I'm shocked they haven't done an Artisan Iron Man Mark 85 yet. I mean, Maybe they'll save Artisan for Doctor Doom. Maybe they're saving it. Oh, sorry, I skipped one. Ripley and Power Loader would be insane, and an alien queen to go with it. Could do it through the line they're making Galactus from. Oh, is it SoFi? Is that what it's called? They announced this whole line for that one Galactus figure and then nothing. I don't think that's for me. I have Road Worn Thor, best Hot Toys Thor released so far. It's a very good figure. It is a very good one. Yes, that's the one, SoFi or something. Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever get anything else from SoFi, because it's not like, as I say, they started Hono, few Hono things. Hono's gone super quiet. I feel like there's been nothing announcement-wise from Hono for, God, at least 6 months. Then they announced SoFi to do Galactus. They announced that, and then just crickets. They just keep starting all these figure lines. And then there was this other one. What was it? Something C. I remember following it on Instagram, and it's like the most random. I can't remember what it was called. I don't know if anybody even knows what I am talking about. I'm just trying to see if I can find this account. Labsy. Like, I don't even, it looks like more Cos Baby-esque stuff, but it's so random. They announced this Lab C, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Ironmonger 2.0 with some die-cast. It's a pipe dream, but it's my dream. I mean, you're entitled to your dreams. You can have dreams. It's absolutely fine. I encourage you to have dreams. I dream of Okoye. Maybe one day. Lol. Maybe one day. So let me know. This is one of the things that might be released on Chinese New Year, post-Chinese New Year. I mean, I'd love Mr. Freeze because we've just had George and Chris, and that would be amazing. But I know that's not how Hot Toys works. So, as I said, I just keep having this feeling that Artisan Bucky is coming around Chinese New Year. So I'm going to slot that in for my reopening from Chinese New Year release, an announcement. I feel like I should settle on one announcement. What could my one announcement be? You know what? Swing for the rafters. Red Guardian. Justice for Alexi. Let's see if we get one. Probably not, but hey. Then I don't have to cancel Yelena. Hot Toys should build off the hype from that great Jinx release and put up more Arcane figures. I mean, I really thought they'd do more from that sort of League of Legends space, but I don't know. I feel like they do a couple things that I don't know. They feel like they wait to see, but then in the waiting, I think you lose people, because if you're only going to have 2 figures and that's the line, I don't know that people are going to hang around to wait another 3 or 4 years for you to produce something else. A Silco would be great. I have no idea what that is. I hope they release Fire after Chinese New Year. I mean, that would be good given they've just released Jinx. I'm really curious about the black and red Harley. Have Cap 2.0 on pre-order, and yes, I double-checked, and I am on the wait list for Bucky 2.0. I wait for conversion Psy. Yeah, I am very curious about that Harley. I'm just, there's no Margot Robbie sculpt that Hot Toys has done that's really sold me. And I think I've said it a million times, I really wanted this suit and this look for a Margot Harley because it is more like that comic look. But yeah, I don't know that the likeness is there with this one. I don't know that the likeness is there with the new one that they're doing. I'm interested to see how it is in hand, but yeah, I'm a bit dubious about their ability to do a Margot Robbie sculpt. Vi is coming, and they were the 2 other League of Legends figures announced, and I believe one dropped, but they were more League and not Arcane based. So fair enough. I just assumed it was all the same thing. Apologies. Silco is from Arcane. Thank you kindly. Because it was Ash, and there was 2 from League that were League of Legends specific, right? There was Ash and someone else. I know League of Legends is huge. As I said, when they started down that line, I thought they were going to do more than just 2, but I don't know, testing the water? I worry you're going to lose people if you then have too big of a gap before the next thing comes out. That's Howie Claus. He works in mysterious ways. So again, my peeps in the replay, let me know what's your prediction for the first day after Chinese New Year for announcement and release. We're hovering at 2 hours, so I think I'm going to wrap this up because I think that's the end of my slides. It absolutely is. Here I am. Hello. We made it through another live stream. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. I'll be back same time, same place next week. Thank you for everyone who's been here chatting with me. Please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. I'd appreciate it. If you're new and you've enjoyed the stream, maybe subscribe. That'd be fun. Thanks for another great stream, Helen. Thank you for ninjaing in between your work meetings. I think Ash was released, but don't know of any others. I don't know who that is. But I feel like they announced 2 League of Legends. This is where I need Cousin Anthony. Cousin Anthony would know for sure because he is into the League of Legends. Thanks for another great stream, Helen. Thanks for coming to hang out, Tremble Dust. Thanks for a great stream. Thank you, Miss Batwoman. Appreciate you being here. I'm glad you got to see Shuri's little tail. I need to make a little Shuri clip that I can play when she comes in and runs ruckus. So at least then you guys can see her. Earth616, it's been great to finally catch you live for once. It's been fun. Oh, are you one of my people that watches but doesn't always comment? Because I'm starting to get a few new names, which I appreciate. So thank you. I appreciate everyone who watches. Great show, Lady Helen of Toy. Oh, Helen of Toy. Helen of Toy is such an amazing name. Great distraction from my work day. Have a cracking weekend, Helen, chat. That's what I figure. I figure it's just the work from home peeps that I'm keeping company. So that's fine. Great stream as always. Glad I caught the end. Thank you for coming to hang out, Jims. Please give my regards to Vita. Hope you're both doing well. Thanks, Helen. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Anthony. As I say, same time, same place next weekend. Hope you guys have a next week. I'm losing my words because it's late, but you know where to find me. I'm here keeping Fridays alive. See you later, guys.